Previously on the Death Saving Bros podcast. Coach Roltic woke you all up. Get downstairs, we need to have a huddle breakfast. Headmaster Sareem knocks on the doorframe. I came here to propose something to you. Mr. Basilius Augustus. He has specifically asked to meet.
It's interesting. Is he a fan, or
He did not specify.
Augustus that he mentioned is, a big researcher for magical stuff? I wonder why he would want to meet with us, but he might have information about Morinbell or the stuff that's been going on at our school. I mean, there's a chance he knows about this. It's fine if we meet up with him today for a little bit, right at the end of practice.
Okay, wonderful. As he leads you into a large cafeteria, and Coach Rolta is waving you down.
All right, Coach. What do we have drawn up?
You got the day. We can practice some more. If you want to get studying in, as you do have a midterm coming up.
Coach,
yes.
Coach. You know the reason we came all the way to Danikish was not to study.
Okay, so you guys head out to the practice field. You see Headmaster Sareem coming up with another gentleman.
How's it going, Mr. Augustus? Morinbell. I actually recently was reading about that, and
So you have looked into Morinbell. Morinbell might have been onto something back in the day. I'll be in touch, boys. Is there anything else that you want to do before you go to bed?
Hit up the library.
I look up and see if there's anything published by this Augustus dude.
There is nothing.
That's weird.
As you guys are sitting there, you hear some talking coming out of Dixon's pocket.
Yeah, you have the sending stone.
It's for Donnie.
I just saw Professor Kane trying to break into Dean Livia's office, and then I went and listened at Dean Livia's door. I heard Dean Livia say, if they're going to do anything, they have to do it now.
If anybody comes out of there that you don't recognize, let us know.
If we go back, we would hate to start the season off with a forfeit.
You head to bed. That night, Manny, you have nightmares again.
Son of a bitch.
Welcome to another episode of the Death Saving Bros podcast. I'm your host and dungeon master, Paul Camper. With me today, I have Brad Richards.
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
Matt Smith.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Because?
Brad Renfro.
How many wizards does it take to change a lamp oil? It depends on what you want to change it into.
Fair enough. And we also have with us Ben Renfro.
Splooge!
God, it just feels so weak this week. Oh, wow. That's funny. I wish I had something better than I'm about to splooge in my pants right now at my level of excitement for being here. I really do.
I do too.
Yeah.
Say anything else.
I think we all wish that you had a better intro to our 5th edition actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast.
I gotta write splooge on my sheet now.
Can't believe you wasted splooge on that.
Yeah, I fucking came so unprepared.
It's a prime word that you just tossed into the garbage.
Yep, well, sometimes it comes early when you're not ready for it, and you didn't have time to prepare for it.
Well, hopefully you guys are ready and prepared for today's episode, because it is finally time for your characters to play Pyracross. That's exciting, isn't it?
Yes!
Says the one guy that really did not want to play Pyracross because he got mistaken for the ball.
Sarcastic, yes!
No, I'm excited about it. I'm just
Still upset about the splooge?
upset about the splooge.
Splooge.
So is Winona.
Well, it's hard to disappoint.
Has yet to experience.
Yeah, it's hard to disappoint her when you've already disappointed her. You know what I mean?
Disappointed her with that fumble. She remembers.
Disappointed her many times already, and I've never mind.
Haven't even gotten her email address.
Well, that one's easy. It's in the Like school directory, I could
Creep.
just
What about her AIM handle?
first initial last name at what's the school we go to? Arcshine.edu. Yeah. What is Winona's last name? I must have it.
The fact that you don't know just shows how little you actually care about her.
No,
To
it just
find out
shows
in-game.
how
You
little
gotta find out in game.
information the DM actually gives us.
We're pushing forward.
We are pushing forward, and we are going to pick up where we left off last time on this show. What happened in the last episode was that our adventurers got to the Danikesh University, which is called Daunt, the Danikesh Arcane University for Natural Trades, and they wound up having a strategy meeting with Coach Rolta, and then they wound up meeting a famous artificer named Basilius Augustus, who was very interested to meet this haphazard slapdash group of players that was showing up from the Arcshine to play Pyracross. And he said, good luck and on your way, but make sure you come talk to me after the game. And then as our players were getting ready to bunker down for the night, they got some last-minute information from the local library, and Manny had bad dreams. He dreamt of the fumble that ended the season last year for Pyracross, and he also dreamt of Winona. And he woke up in a cold sweat, and he did not gain any benefits from the long rest that they had last night.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm sure. So if you wound up using any spells yesterday, which I don't believe you did, and if you had any hit points missing, which I don't believe you did, you would not get any of those back. But as it is, I think you're okay.
All right, thank goodness.
And all of your surges are reset, and Coach Rolta shows up and says, all right, boys, it's time to get out on the field. Time to show them what you're worth. Come on. And she doesn't even let you get through your whole morning routine. She walks straight into the room, and she winds up flipping over the bunk beds to knock you all out of your blankets and make sure that you're up and about. Which is impressive considering that one of the bunk beds has a 500-pound turtle and a 600-pound elephant in it.
Damn, Coach. good move.
It's all in the knees, all in the legs.
Lift with your back, coach.
Yeah.
That's where all your strength is.
So she winds up getting you all out of your beds, handing out some breakfast bagels or whatever as you march down to the field, and already the stadium is filling up with spectators. You go into your locker room, you get dressed up, put on your uniforms, put on your pennies, and you're ready to go. As you march out onto the field, trumpet fanfare happens, the crowd starts cheering, and you can see you are now on the field where there are 3 tiers to the actual field itself. At ground level are the scoring posts at either end, and that extends for 30 feet. And then it drops down 10 feet to a lower level that then extends for 15 feet. And then it drops another 10 feet lower into the ground and extends another 15 feet. And then it scales back up to the other side where there is 30 feet of unimpeded movement at ground level to the opponent's scoring ring. And at the far end of the field, with your opponent's scoring ring, you can see your opposing team, the Daunt Pyracross team. They're all stretching, they're moving about. You can see 2 Dragonborns that are slightly different shades of brownish, copper, bronzish color. And then you have 1 dwarf and 1 half-elf over there. And then you also see, coming from the locker room hallway, you can see the artificer that you had met yesterday, Basilius Augustus. He is attended by a female that is wearing spectacles and is carrying a clipboard, and they shuffle along to the opposing team, and you can see them gather around him as he kind of is talking to them briefly, and then they all are looking at each other. And what is everybody's passive perception?
Ooh, 11.
17.
11.
18.
Okay, Milo and Thad, you can see Basilius pull something out of his pocket and hand it to one of the Dragonborns.
Can I see what it is?
You can see that it is a glowing blue orb that she puts in her pocket, and they shake hands, and then Basilius and his attendant walk away, and the opposing team gets back to stretching.
I want to be like, Coach, what the fuck was that?
Thad, don't worry about it. You guys are pretty solid, not gonna lie. We've only had one day of actual practice together, and I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know about you, but I am excited as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Now, I just want to remind you, what I said before about you get 4 tries to get down the field, and if you wind up getting more successes than failures against the other team, then the ball goes forward X amount of yards. You remember me telling you that?
Yes.
Okay, that's bullshit. So, as a DM, as I was reviewing the rules and everything, I realized that there is the possibility of a character being faster than 30 feet per round, or there's the ability for certain characters to dash in and do a melee attack and then get out without needing to disengage. So it would really be a disadvantage to players and characters that have those sorts of abilities to say, oh, you can only get the ball forward X number of feet each round. I'm going to nix that and just say, get the ball down the field. You have 4 rounds to do it. Okay?
Noted.
And don't forget that you can start attempting to score as soon as you're within 30 feet of the scoring ring. Once you're within 30 feet, you're at disadvantage. Within 20 feet, it's a normal roll. There's no advantage or disadvantage. And 10 feet or closer, you wind up having advantage.
Noted.
Perfect. I appreciate the confirmation. So Coach Rolta says, all right, head on out there, meet the ref, and let's figure out who's going to get the ball first.
All right.
No.
No?
No.
Dixon, this is just a coin toss. It's part of what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to come up. You can stay.
No.
Noted. All right, Thad, Milo, let's go on up.
No.
You head out to midfield around the edge of the actual playing area, which is in the shape of a football field. It's 100 feet long and 80 feet wide. Feet/yards. In this case, feet and yards are going to be interchangeable.
What? It's literally 3 times the difference.
Yes, I know it's 3 times the difference, but because I am referring to it as a football field measures in yards. I've been watching football today, and they keep saying yards, so I may wind up slipping up and saying yards, when in reality, I mean feet for the sake of spells and whatnot. So
feet, because we're playing yard ball?
No, we're playing Pyracross. Anywho, so you guys wind up going, and you meet the ref in the center of the field, the 3 of you that do go, and the 2 Dragonborn wind up coming up to do the coin toss with you. The ref is a turtle, and gestures for you all to shake hands. Fen and Hen reach out to shake each of your hands interchangeably.
I want to shake their hand, but like really hard. Like trying to crush their fingers.
So when you do that with Fen doesn't really react, like a wince, but doesn't try to squeeze back or anything. Hen, on the other hand, definitely tries to squeeze back as hard as he can.
Well, when I shake his hand, I'm going to say, wow, it's so cool. You guys look almost exactly the same.
At that, Hen is going to squeeze your hand as hard as he possibly can.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt?
I mean, a little. That was mean.
You'll see what mean is out on the field, little guy.
Is that Hen?
Yeah, that's Hen.
All right. I look him up and down slowly.
Hen gives you the up-down to Thad and says, good to see you again, Thad.
I just give him a thumbs up.
And while this is going on, I'm giving him the bird from where I'm standing.
He gives you the middle finger and then lifts it towards Dixon.
I put up my other middle finger.
The turtle ref steps in and says, all right. Let's keep it civil. Now, as the away team, Arcshine, you get to make the call. Who's speaking?
Me, as team captain.
Co-captain.
Fantastic. I want you to call it in the air. And Thad, I need you to give me evens or odds.
That was heads or tails.
That's feet ball. This is yard ball.
Evens.
He flips the coin, and it lands evens. Arcshine, you have the call. Would you like to bat or pitch first?
I mean, we want to bat, right? That would give us possession.
So your options would be to bat, which is if you hit the ball, then you go to the far end and you can score. Or if you pitch first, then you could potentially push the ball past the batter up to 3 times and score up to 3 points. So depending on how much faith you put in Dixon's ability to get past their batter,
Not much. Well, Dixon's not super invested, so I'm gonna say we bat first.
Yeah, you glance over your shoulder at Dixon on the sideline.
Giving him the bird.
Just like pulling grass out of the field.
That means that Arcshine will bat first. Danikesh, you'll be pitching. I want a nice, clean game. There really aren't that many rules. I just have to make sure that nobody straight up tries to garrote the other person. All right? And I'll keep track of points. Good luck.
Manfred finally steps in and knucks them all as we walk away. Just nice and respectful, just like your classic like sportsmanship, just respectful knucks.
Okay, and with that, you guys head back to your end, and we're going to go ahead and get set up for the first possession of the game. Now, Thad is going to be our batter, and then the rest of you are going to need to be somewhere on the field so that you can receive the ball if it is batted to you. Now, remember that if Thad succeeds on his hit, for every multiple of 4 that he succeeds by, he can hit it another 20 yards. So where would you like to be on the field in order to automatically receive the ball if it gets to you? That's really not that clear. So if somebody's standing on the 20-yard line and Thad hits it at least 20 yards, he can automatically hit it to somebody standing on the 20-yard line.
Well, I'm going to stay short. I'll stay close to Thad. That way, if it doesn't go far, it's at least in reliable hands. And we can push up the field past them and catch up with them if they don't do much with it. Milo, I think you cherry pick up near the top. You just go like 60 yards downfield. And maybe you'll be behind the defense and can just take it and run your ass off.
Good.
What's your movement speed?
25.
Dixon, you cherry pick. The healer should be in the middle of the pack so he could either come back or forward. So do we want to do like, I'll be at the 20.
I can probably throw myself further than I can move.
Manny could be at the 20. Milo could be at like the 40. And Dixon could be at like the 60.
Sure.
That way our healer can either come back and support if it's a short hit. And then by the time Thad pushes up, we'll just kind of maul our way upfield. But if it does go far to you, you could just take it and just
fly.
If you could do that, that'd be
Apparently.
great.
I can't fly, but like if I could.
If you could fly, that would be awesome.
Thad, is that our strategy to stagger that much?
Let's fucking go.
All right, we'll stagger.
To make sure that I have this correct, we're going to have Dixon at the 60-yard, Milo at the 40, Manny at the 20.
Yep.
Okay, Manny, at the 20-yard line, would you like to be left side or right side of the field?
Oh, hell.
Can I be center?
Yes. You will be positioned right behind their pitcher. And then Milo, left or right of the field? Or center. Left, right, center.
What a game.
I guess I'll go a little to the left.
And Dixon, where would you like to be? Left, right, center at the 60-yard line.
Which hand is the batter using?
Thad, are you...
I am right-handed.
Well, how are you laying the field out? From the batter's perspective or the fielder's perspective?
I'm standing at home plate and thinking left, right, center.
Okay, if he's right-handed, I'm going to left field.
That's fine. I say center. We stack the left side of the field with you two. I like that.
Well, I would imagine he's going to pull it. He ain't going no backside boogie.
But that's his special play. The backside boogie.
He's a giant gunslinging turtle. There's no backside boogies going on around here.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we'll do the batting first, and then we'll roll for initiative. But so you know how the field is set up. Basically, in a line going downfield, we have Thad, who is batting. Then 10 yards from him is Rune, who is pitching. 10 yards from him is Manny at the 20-yard line, who is waiting to field. 10 yards past Manny is Fen. Milo is 10 yards further off to the left at the 40-yard line. We have Hen 10 yards past Milo, but on the right side of the field. And then at the 60 and 65-yard line, we have Dixon and Darna, respectively. They're standing basically right next to each other. And now that we have everybody lined up, let's go ahead and bat. Thad, you are up. You are going to be making a contested skill check against the pitcher. So Rune is the pitcher for the opposing team, and he is a heavy-set dwarf.
Is he wider than he is longer?
He is not wider than he is long, but he is stout. He seems to have very deep-set eyes, and his brow is crinkled in a way that would make you think that he's way older than he actually is.
That and the varicose veins.
Sure, he's got a bulbous nose, that like a drinker's nose. And he's got a longbow strapped to his back. He's got a short sword on his hip, and he's palming the ball behind his back as the roar from the crowd grows and grows as he winds up and pitches to you. Now, I need you to roll your choice of a sleight of hand or athletics check.
Athletics. I am going to use my inspiration because we are not starting this off this way.
What'd you roll originally?
You gotta be
we're
fucking
backwards.
kidding me. I rolled the same thing both times.
Lie.
It was a 20 both times.
There it is.
Good lie. Deception check on the DM.
Deception.
And you fail.
That doesn't work either.
It was the same thing again.
Try a different dice.
So, with my skill modifiers, it's a 10.
Oh.
And what was the dice roll?
3 both times.
Well, you're lucky as hell because Mr. Rune rolled a nat 1.
Ah!
So he tears
So
his ACL.
I can hit it 40 feet, correct?
Yes,
Or,
you can
wait,
hit it all the way to the 40-foot or 40-yard line.
Shit.
Or can I hit it to...
You can choose to hit it shorter, but you can hit it up to the 40.
So if it meets, I can hit it... Like, if we had rolled, like, exactly the same, or if I had rolled, like, 1 over, how far would I be able to hit it?
If you met exactly, it would travel 20 yards. So a success is 20, and then for every additional multiple of 4, it goes another 20 yards.
So I could hit it to Dixon from here, right?
Oh yeah, actually, you're right, because that goes into the third multiple of 4. So yeah, you could hit it all the way to Dixon.
You best be ready, because here comes the long bomb.
Here comes the shell.
All right, go ahead and describe how this pitch comes through and how you wind up getting it all the way to Dixon.
Actually, out of curiosity, if it was like he rolled a nat 20, is that able? Can he make an attempt at a goal at that point?
Yes, we agreed on that a nat... Oh, wait. Because we also said that a nat 1 from the pitcher would allow you a chance at scoring.
Yeah, something like they just hang a softball right over the middle of the plate.
Yeah, we had discussed that.
I think it's just a home run.
No, we're going to say if you swing with a nat 20, you can hit a homer. If the pitcher fucks it up, then we won't do that.
Dang. Wanted to flex on them with a homer in the first pitch of the game.
But maybe with a pitch like that, it's just such an easy ball for you to hit that you can pretty much place it wherever you want, just without a home run.
Yeah, we can do that.
So even if you would have rolled like a 2, you could still essentially
Thank
place
Dad,
it.
because he hit a 3.
You could essentially place it up to Dixon. I picture it coming in like a men's slow pitch softball at this point, with just the most easy lob in the air when they throw a 1.
Yeah, I agree with that. If the pitcher screws up, it just hangs over the plate so you can put it wherever you want, but it takes extreme skill by the batter to be able to hit it straight across the field through the scoring ring. So that would require a nat 20. I like how that feels in my head. So in this case, the farthest that you want to hit it is as far as you actually can hit it. So go ahead and give it to Dixon.
All right, so I'm gonna, as it comes in slowly over the plate, I'm going to bunt it to Dixon 60 yards downfield. Like I bunt, but like aggressively. Like I don't just hold the bat out, I like thrust it into the ball as it comes.
With a T, yeah.
And you just ping pong that ball straight out towards Dixon?
Yes.
Not ping pong, pinball.
Like it flies like I cracked the absolute shit out of it, but I didn't.
You just swung and you just half swung.
Ding!
And that was his bunt.
Does it demoralize the other team?
A little.
I don't know, we're about to find out. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Salutations, dearest listeners. Hope you're geared up for this Pyracross match. Just hopping in here quickly as your DM Paul to give you some brief updates. As discussed in last week's midroll, we are finalizing designs for an embroidered Arcshine crest that will be added to a book bag for Patreon rewards. It will be made available to all listeners for a brief time, but it is already guaranteed to those listeners who have supported us at the $25 tier at patreon.com/deathsavingbros for at least 3 months. At the moment, the book bags are on order, but more work has yet to be put into the design, which will hopefully happen later this week. Apologies, I was on family vacation last week, so I got delayed. And then we'll be aiming to have a final sample product by next episode. Fingers crossed on that one. Keep tabs on the process by following us on social media at Death Saving Bros, or by becoming a patron yourself at any one of our available tiers, either free or starting at $2 per month at patreon.com/deathsavingbros. We already have some longtime supporters, as well as a new supporter. Those patrons who have joined our Patreon at the $5 tier get a shout out at the end of the show, but the following individuals have pledged to support us financially at the $10 tier or higher, so they get their supporter shout out right now. Ryan Cushman, Gene L. Jackson, Gavin Knox, and our newest patron, STDDs. Thank you all for your support. That's about all for now. Like I said, family vacation last week delayed additional work behind the scenes. Oh, but I do also want to mention that there has been an accidental backlog of bloopers that have yet to be placed on Patreon. I'll make sure to get to those over the coming weeks and get them all out to you. But other than that, time to get you back to the Pyracross game. Without further ado, we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
All right, there we go. There's my nat 20.
Why?
Ooh, nat 19.
Whoa, nat 36.
Wow!
So mine's a 23.
27.
19.
18.
Wow, we all rolled very good.
Oh my god. The highest initiative from the other team was a 12.
So our entire team goes before they get a chance.
That's going to be very advantageous to us.
Watch us all just flying by.
They're going to be like, man, they're quick off the ball. We're just going to shut them out here.
Okay, so Thad, you are up first. you have caught the other team unaware, and you're at the back of the field 60 yards from where the ball is in play. The whole point of Pyracross is to get the ball downfield and score, whether that is by speeding up the ball, helping your teammates, or just taking out the other players. Up to you.
All right. I would like to, after bunting masterfully, I would like to run forward 30 feet and pull out my rifle. And what's her fucking face down there? Darna, who is standing next to Dixon.
Behind Dixon, actually. By your line of sight.
Is she behind Dixon, or is she like right next to Dixon?
She is behind Dixon, but you have enough line of sight to hit Darna.
I'm still going for it.
All right. I want to make sure there's no pass interference coming from her and snipe her ass.
Okay. Since it is a 10-foot drop in between each of the levels, and you are moving beyond... Wait, hold on.
So it's just 30 feet to the edge of the level, right?
Okay, yeah, so you're going to the very edge of the upper level. Okay. Then you're good. You don't have to worry about what I was about to tell you or ask you to do. Just go ahead and roll that shot against Darna.
26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Gonna be a 15.
15 damage, or was that your second hit?
Well, I'm just firing one shot. My rifle only goes bang once.
Okay.
Unless you'll let me, as I run past Rune, just like whack him with my gun and then shoot Darna.
You could do that, but you would wind up getting an opportunity attack against you from Rune.
I don't give a fuck. Let's take it.
Okay, let's go ahead and add in a stock hit against Rune on your way past. It would be an improvised weapon, essentially, so you would roll strength.
So just like my strength modifier is the bonus, or...
Correct.
It's only going to be a 13.
That is not going to hit.
So I swing, I miss, I keep running past.
And then Rune is going to wind up swinging back at you with his short sword as you run out of range. And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
That ain't shit. It hits.
Fantastic.
I don't give a fuck, I have HP for days.
Well, he did roll max damage against you, so that's 11 damage. So as you go running by and you try to pop him one with the butt of your rifle stock, he winds up spinning around and then slashing at your shell as you go past. It doesn't injure you significantly, but it's your shell, goddammit. Nobody messes with your shell. And then you run forward, you drop to a knee at the edge of the first 30 yards of level ground, you pop a shot at Darna, peg her in the shoulder, and we have entered into the fray of Pyracross. Woo, woo, woo!
And I would like to specify that I whip out my shield at this point.
Okay. Your shield is now out. It is noted. We move on to Manny.
So there's definitely an element to killing your opponents, right? Like dropping them to 0.
Yes, if you wind up knocking your opponent down to 0 HP, they get knocked out for the rest of the round. Because this is a magical game and you can essentially just attack people willy-nilly and try to actually harm them, the damage doesn't last past a round.
Okay. I'm gonna keep this real simple, and I'm gonna keep laying the heat on Darna over here, following Thad's lead. Let me ask you this: if I move where like the terrain starts to like decline into the valley, would I still be able to do something ranged against Darna, who's on the top side of the other valley?
Yes, she is on the second level, and you could then even drop down into the lowest pit, but you would have a mildly obstructed view at that point.
Okay. No, we're just going to start with this. I want to make sure I have a line of sight towards Darna, and I am going to hit Darna with an acid arrow, which is one of my spells for Milf's acid arrow, or that's Melf. Melf's acid arrow, not the Milf's acid arrow. Melf's acid arrow.
That's something entirely different.
And your slips today have been voluptuous and MILF. So let's just take about 10 to 15% off of your orange YouTube page over there, my friend.
It's just me reading the spell, my friend. I looked up MILF's Acid Arrow online, and my goodness, this spell is crazy.
Yeah, they're just in there looking for sharks in a bathtub. Like, what's going on here? No sharks here. It's a bathtub.
So it is one of the spells I get for being an alchemist, where a shimmering green arrow streaks towards a target within range and bursts in a spray of acid. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, it takes 44 damage immediately and 2d4 acid at the end of its next turn. On a miss, it still does half damage initially and no damage at the end of the next turn. So I would like to do that. And I want to find a way to use my alchemist supplies to do it. So what I'm thinking is, essentially, I want to make it look like I'm dipping a bubble wand into a soap of like bubbles, and then I go and I blow throughout it, and an arrow comes shooting out of my bubble wand. So I'm picturing like a glass beaker and some sort of tool that I like stir in there, and I pull it out and I like blow on it, and an arrow comes shooting out to penetrate into Darna.
Okay. Sounds awesome. And you do have your surges that have been replenished, so I'm guessing you're going to use one of those.
That would be the wise thing. So it is a 2nd level spell. So let me actually double check.
I like to think your spells come out of like your trunk.
Sometimes.
Yeah, when you're blowing the bubble wand, are you holding it like out at the end of your trunk?
Actually, what needs to happen is my trunk needs to be perfectly erect, because when it blows from underneath my mouth, it has to, like, it goes straight and just pretty much rides right underneath my trunk the entire way, that it gives the illusion that it comes out of my trunk, but I actually am blowing this one with my mouth. This time around. So...
You want to say that one more time, son?
Slower, though.
No. And you know what? We're going to come in hot here. I'm using it as a 3rd level.
Ooh, okay.
It just is going to add 1d4.
That will negate your 3rd level surge slots. So if you want to cast any 3rd level spells going forward, you will have to use your 4th level surge slot to guarantee it. Or you can just roll your magical focus. But that is for the future. Go ahead and see if you hit with this Melf's Acid Arrow.
Great. All right. Range spell attacks, I add my intelligence and my proficiency. 26.
That will hit.
Great.
Fuck her up.
So, that is going to immediately do 5d4 damage. Actually, and because of my feat for the Alchemist Savant, when casting spells with alchemist supplies, I can add my intelligent modifier to either restore HPs or deal certain element damages, is what I wrote down. So I think I could do additional elemental damages equal to my intelligence modifier.
You must restore hit points or do it on a damage roll that deals acid, fire, necrotic, or poison damage. So go ahead and add your intelligence modifier as additional damage.
Hold on, I'm rolling super well right now. I rolled, for my 4d4, which is actually 5d4, I rolled a 4, 4, 2, 4, and I get one more roll. And another 4.
Wow.
So, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 18, plus my 4 intelligence is 22.
Holy shit.
And that's initial, and then at the end of their turn, they're going to take an additional 2d4. Actually, they're going to take an additional 3d4 at the end of their next turn. So yeah, essentially, that's what I do. To use my alchemist supplies, I make it look like I take out this beaker, dip something in it that looks like a bubble wand, and I blow out, and this acid arrow comes rifling out and pegs Darna. The same way Thad pegged her in the shoulder, I'm pegging her in the side.
Peg after peg.
And then from there, what I would like to do is I would like to make sure I'm using a bonus action to make sure I have my shield out as well. Well, I could just have my shield out this time around. And I would like to use my movement too, just to get closer to everybody pushing downfield. I guess if I want to kind of stick to the middle of the field, though, so I will have to run through Fen to do that, and they're going to get an opportunity attack. But that's fine. I'm actually going to run. I want to use my movement to then run straight, just keeping a straight line to hold the middle of the field. So I'll run through Fen and keep going.
Okay. So what I am going to implement for these tiers that you have to go through, I think I said something different in an earlier episode, but this is how I want to roll with it today. You can either just leap off the edge and take falling damage, because it is 10 feet. That would be a 1d6 falling damage, and you can do your full movement. Or you can do half movement in order to carefully go down the tier. You won't take any damage, but you will have half movement. Or on your turn, if you want to, you can use your abilities and do like a skill check to like acrobatically go off the edge of a tier or go up a tier. And you can do that in place of an attack. So, Manny, since you've already done your actions for this turn, do you want to take the 1d6 falling damage, or do you want to go half of your movement?
Yeah, not really worried about the 1d6 falling damage. Again, we're coming out hot out of the gate here, so I'll take the damage.
Okay. And you're trying to stick to the middle of the field, so you'll just tromp straight forward, boom, 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 leap off the top tier of the field, cresting over Fen, who happens to be directly below you on the middle level. And as you do so, she's going to be ready to strike anybody that comes past. So she is going to use her dragon breath to cause acid damage. And she's just going to follow you as you go flying over her. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, good thing I suck at dexterity. I rolled a natural 18, and I'm looking over. I don't think I have anything. Make that better. So we'll stick with the 18.
Well, you see this acid come spraying out of her mouth, and you manage to surprisingly twist a little bit in the air so that you only get caught by some of the acid. You wind up taking 5 damage before you slam to the ground and take another 4 damage from falling. And then you're able to move forward to the edge of this tier, and if you want to, you can jump down again and take more falling damage.
You should run past me, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving forward. What I'd also like to do is, you did say I did take some of the acid damage, right?
Correct.
Cool. Am I able to use a reaction?
Yeah, you haven't used a reaction yet today. Or this round.
Sweet. I would like to use the reaction for Absorb Elements, which is triggered whenever I would take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, where what I could do is I could capture some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on me and storing it for my next melee attack, so I'm going to have resistance to the triggering damage type until the end of my next turn. And then the first melee attack I hit with on my next turn, I get to do an extra 1d6 damage of that type. So that is a first level spell that I have, so I will use one of my first level spell slots from my search.
Okay.
And then, yeah, keep on moving forward, taking more fall damage, because I don't care.
Okay. You run and leap off that second tier, and you're now in the smack dab middle of the field. You are 10 feet to the left of Hen, and the amount of damage that you took off that second jump was 5.
So total damages that I take with noting that I had resistance to the acid damage.
The acid damage would have been 3 if you halved the half damage that you already were taking, and then you take 4 and 5 from falling, so that is a total of 12 damage.
Actually kind of a lot for just running and falling, but you know what? I gotta support our teammates that have never played this sport before.
Speaking of which, one of those people that has not played before is Milo, and Milo is up next.
Dix is still just staying there waiting for the ball to come down.
Well, I guess Despite Manny kind of just goofy elephant steamrolling directly forward, I'm still going to go through with my plan, and I'm going to cast Entangle to try to capture both of the Fen and Hen. It's a first level spell, Entangle. It'll be 20-foot square starting from a point within range. I just want to capture them both. They are within 20 feet of each other. They got to do a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants. If they are not, though, it's still considered difficult terrain for them to move through.
Okay.
So, spell save DC 16.
Let me go ahead and roll those. Pretty sure Hen's going to be okay. What is the type of saving throw?
Let me double check. Yeah, strength saving throw.
Okay, Hen got an 18, and Fen got a... Holy shit. Fen gets a 26 on her strength save.
Darn.
Well, for my action, I made it difficult terrain for them.
Okay, let me go ahead and make sure that I marked this on my map so that...
Although, does Manny also have to make the save because he just ran up right next to Pen?
Ooh, yes he does.
I'm not next to Hen. I went straight up the middle of the field.
I was gonna say, just looking at the squares, I'm trying to watch it all. I don't know if it can hit them both without hitting you, but...
No, because it's a square, you would wind up catching Manny.
All right, so you want me to make a strength saving throw?
Yes, please.
That was 16.
Good thing Manny's not good at this either. Haha, 19.
Perfect, you pass.
Because I am a genius.
Perfect, you
I'm
pass.
smarter than these vans.
Alright, I guess in that case, am I able to make it over to Manny with my little 25 feet of nonsense? My stubby little legs.
So then you would have to take the falling damage in order to get to Manny.
I think it's worth it for right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hitch a ride on the elephant.
Alright, so you move over next to Manny, and you're going to take 4 damage from the fall.
Blast! So 81.
And then, is there anything else that you would like to do on your turn?
Let me see if I put anything interesting in my inventory. Oh, that's right. It got deleted.
How did it get deleted?
I don't know. It's just not here anymore. It was a weird thing, so I just started keeping track, and I'm writing things down now, but I'm just gonna end my turn. I'm gonna hitch a ride on the elephant, and I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Dixon.
No.
He catches the ball and just
I want to let the
sits
ball
down.
hit my feet, and I do nothing.
Just a ball, you just stick a knife in it.
Okay.
Guys, I think we're fucking steamrolling these Danakeshians.
They also haven't gotten to go yet.
It's so much nicer.
So, Blood Maledict, if I amplify it, I take the 1d4.
Yes, when you use Blood Maledict to amplify, you take necrotic damage equal to 1 roll of your Hemocraft dice.
And then I have a question that you might not have the immediate answer for which I apologize.
Okay.
What are my fancy boots of jump?
Those are jumping and springing boots.
They allow you to jump high and far.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Or, sorry, boots of springing and striding. While you wear these boots, your walking speed becomes 30, unless your walking speed is higher, in which case it isn't reduced. You can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump farther than your remaining movement would allow. So 3 times the normal distance is you can jump a number of feet equal to your strength score, as long as you move at least 10 feet on foot before. So that's a long jump, which is a ridiculous amount. That's what?
So my strength score is 16, 48.
Yeah,
But I can't move 30 feet, then jump 48 feet.
right.
Jump all the way to the hoop.
Yeah, let me just leap the whole way. Wait, this makes... Okay, so if I move 10 feet then jump, I can still only go 30 feet.
Correct, but it would be very helpful if you were just, say, trying to jump over, like, from tier 2 to tier 2 on this field, and then you wouldn't have to fall down into the bottom pit.
Sure. So I'm gonna fly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He can fly?
They can fly?
You can fly, you can fly.
Yeah. And the way that works is because of my genie thing. I use Blood Maledict to have flying speed of 30 for 4 rounds. So I'm going to fly. My hemo's a 1d6. Yeah. So I take 4.
Okay. So you take 4 damage as you let out some blood in order to activate your Blood Maledict feature of your Blood Hunter class. And you call upon your Profane Soul Genie to allow you to fly as a bonus action. What would you like to do as your main action?
Fly.
Okay, so remember that with Pyracross, you do not necessarily have to attack anybody. You can wind up using a skill.
Darna, in your face, it's been touched up.
Yeah, so should I just sky bomb her?
Just hug her, fly straight up in the air, then release.
Just drop her? I guess I'll fly as far as, well, these are 10 yards or 10 feet?
They're the same. I know that they are not literally the same, but we are using the words interchangeably in this specific instance.
Okay, well, in this specific instance, I want to fly and move as far as I can to Milo.
You want to go...
Wait, go to the goal. Go to the goal.
Can I get to the goal?
I mean, just
You
don't
go
work backwards.
Closer to the goal.
Oh, I'm looking at this backwards.
I'm hitching a ride on Manny right now, so he'd be coming backwards to all of us.
So the goal I want to go to
Is at the
is
top.
at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been looking at this backwards the entire fucking episode.
No, it's not like football where they throw it to you.
And you want to go
it
the other,
comes
or
back.
like baseball,
Yeah.
you hit it into the field and you want to throw it back towards the home. You hit it and want to take it that way, so everyone else is behind you. I understand. This person's a jammer. They're in front of me. I want to fly to the goal in which I need to place the ball into to score.
Correct. So if you wanted to, you could fly straight 30 feet towards the scoring ring, and that would put you within 10 feet of the scoring ring, and you could attempt to make a score since you haven't used your action yet.
I would do all of those things in such an order.
All right.
Everybody else fights so hard trying to say, we're going to steamroll these guys. We're going to do all these
We could
checks.
have all done nothing.
Everything's trying to... I catch the ball, and I just go, and I just put it in.
And I fly to the goal.
All right. So, Dixon, the ball lands in your hands. You turn slowly, I assume, towards Darna, and you just deftly draw one of your daggers, and you just let out a little bit of blood out of your thumb, and suddenly you start glowing with the light of your dark genie, and you levitate and zip past Darna towards the scoring ring. She's going to be caught off guard, but she's still going to try and attack you.
After getting domed with a rifle from the other side of the field.
That's tough.
And hit with an acid arrow.
Yeah. Hit with some MILF power.
She is going to strike out with her quarterstaff, only rolling a 2, so she was very, very much caught off guard. You fly past, you wind up hovering 10 feet in front of the scoring ring, directly in front of it. There are no opponents in the scoring ring area. Go ahead and make a ranged attack roll to try and score this ball through the ring.
You can do it.
Ranged attack?
Yeah, so you're going to do it as if you were like throwing a dagger or shooting a long bow. You're going to roll a d20 and then use your dexterity modifier.
22.
It's gotta be points.
That's points.
Points, baby. Points on the board.
22 points.
I think you only play up to 5.
Yeah, it's only to a total of 5, but when you do score through that ring, you wind up scoring 2 points.
Yeah.
The turtle ref winds up tweeting his whistle and he says, "That's points! 2 for Arcshine!"
Oh, fuck Gryffindor.
You can hear some people in the crowd cheering, some Arcshine fans, but most of the crowd is booing as your numbers suddenly appear in sparkling lights above the stadium. 2-0. Arcshine versus Daunt.
And it turns to Rune and just shrug.
Oh no. Gave him the Jordan shrug.
Rune is going to shoulder check you as he marches back down towards the opposite side of the field. And you guys see Hen walk over to Fen, smack her upside the head, and then grab the blue orb and pocket it.
I want to grab Manny and be like, hey, do you know what that thing is?
Yeah.
The Ivory Alchemist?
Because I'm sure Thad does not.
Would Manny be able to make any sort of check to recognize what it is or identify it?
Yes, I need you to choose what sort of check you want to roll. So I guess let me go ahead and give you options. You can perceive, you can do a history check, you can do an arcana check, you could do,
One that gives you a plus 20.
I want to steal it.
Oh, to use identify, I need to be able to touch it. That sucks.
Just walk over there and put your hands in their pockets. What's the problem?
Yeah, history or arcana are good. Those are the two highest things I have. So let's do an arcana check on this. A non-natural 20.
okay. It is glowing, so your guess is that it's some sort of magical item.
Dad,
Yeah, no shit.
Dad, you want to know what that is?
What is it? What is it?
My arcana tells me it's magical.
Oh shit, I couldn't tell that at all.
And if you didn't know, it's glowing.
I thought it just looked like that.
No, it's glowing and magical.
Oh my god.
It's something. Apparently,
Magic. What even is magic?
apparently, I've never seen something of the magic of this sort before. But who has it now? Then Hen.
Hen now has it. And so I will give you a little bit more because, yeah, I'm sure you guys are over there going, he's fucking hosing us. Hen is the spellcaster of the two. So the fact that Hen now has it, you're going to make an educated guess that it has something to do with a magic user, not with a fighter.
I don't know why the fighter would have had it in the first place.
Well, then I want to cast Dispel Magic on it.
Thad, what we'll do this time around is obviously maybe it's giving them some sort of advantage. Let's target Hen this round and just even if we let the ball go, we get it. That helps us in future rounds.
Going back to what Milo said, do you want to try and cast Dispel Magic?
If we think it's magical and they're cheating, then yeah.
Yeah, using magic in the arena is cheating.
Anything goes in this arena. You can use potions, you can use magic objects, you can use surges, anything goes. So it wouldn't be cheating, but if you want to, you can try and dispel magic.
It was given to them from the other guy outside the game, and at the very least it'll be,
What?
it's a goof. Yeah, we all saw the teacher or whatever give it to him.
I didn't. My passive perception wasn't high enough.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Wait, was it their dean or was it the famous artificer guy?
The famous artificer.
Yeah,
you
that-
mean
that famous-
the famous artificer guy known as Basilius Augustus with a B?
Yes.
Basilius
That guy.
Augustus? That's weird. Yeah, no, I do. It's choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For every spell 4th level or higher on the target, makes an ability check using my spellcasting ability.
Okay.
So the DC equals 10 plus whatever that spell's level is.
You go to start casting the spell, and as you do so, the turtle ref starts blowing his whistle and says, No magic. No magic.
What do you mean no magic? That's like half the game.
We're in between rounds.
We're in timeout.
What?
Oh, did we get our HP back in between rounds? Is that what you said, or was it just if you die, you come back the next round?
In between rounds, you get a breather, so you will be able to get hit die. You can treat it like a short rest in that regard.
Oh. I guess I'll roll one hit die.
I might as well do that as well.
I forget with hit die. Do you roll the straight number and that's it, or do you add like your Constitution modifier to it?
You get to add your Constitution modifier to it.
Yeah, we haven't really used our hit die much.
Like ever.
And you have as many equal to like your level, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I get back 9 HPs.
I get back 11.
And I would also like to reload my gun, just to...
Make sure that that's clear.
Yeah.
Am I able to drink my experimental elixir between rounds, or does it have to be an action during?
The turtle ref is coming over with you and says, Coach Rolta, you've got to make sure that your players don't do any actions in between rounds that could affect their abilities in this game.
I definitely should have like drank it in the locker room before coming out, but
Like steroids?
We're talking about it's Gatorade. We're just rehydrating.
we would never do something to challenge the integrity of Pyracross.
This is an honorable game for honorable people and also the Danikeshian team.
Coach Rolta says, all right, guys, that was great. It was a great round. I loved it. Just go out there and do the same damn thing. I don't know why they weren't sitting back to make sure somebody was protecting the scoring ring, but you guys have to make sure that you have somebody back to stop that ball. Got it?
No.
Coach, we got it.
Good. Get back out there.
I got it. Don't worry.
Milo, Thad, why didn't you say that Basilius Augustus had slipped them that orb prior to the game? That would have been helpful.
I thought you saw. He did it right out in the open.
Never assume. I didn't see that. And considering his artificing background, it just could have been helpful to make sure we all knew. But we know now.
All right. So you guys take the field again, and this time you will be pitching to their team. So let's go ahead and get a layout of where everybody is before you start the pitch.
All right, so you want to know where we're all standing. All right, team huddle. How should we set this up?
Well, first thing I'll say is during the team huddle, they're not going to notice that I'm going to cast the spell Longstrider. No, not that one. But I will cast a spell during the huddle.
Okay, I need you to give me a stealth roll.
Milo, just so you know before doing that, as the ref came over and said, you could get our team in trouble there.
That's just gonna glare at Milo. Be like, I knew you were shifty ever since you tried to kill Liang. How dare you defile the sanctity of this game? This is everything to me.
I guess I won't.
Look, Milo, the only reason I would say that I'm not really on your side here is because we just went down and scored 2 points without them even moving. I don't think we need the extra advantage. They seem like scrubs.
Okay.
Helps when you can fucking fly.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you guys both
Okay.
did really good that round. I just hope you know. That was a great first round of Pyrax ever.
I definitely failed my check, but okay.
But you did good. Keep it up, both of you.
Okay.
No.
All right, so Dixon, we know you're pitching.
No.
Yeah, you're going to pitch.
Yeah, you are.
Coach is right.
No.
We should definitely have somebody back by the goal.
Thad as...
I got it. I got it.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
I mean, Thad, maybe what we could do is stack ourselves on the left and right side of, like, the 60-ish area. And just kind of be like 2 brick wall defenders, and maybe they never even get to Milo.
That could work.
If we go flat somewhere in the middle of the field, and
Yeah.
we just got to make sure they don't send it over our head, depending on where they line up. So maybe we line up at a flat wall with wherever their deepest guy is.
Yeah, we make sure we're, let's say, right next to their deepest guy, just standing on either side of them.
Yeah, and we'll just kind of go left and right, and we got that deep part of the field. That
So
way they
if it
never
comes to them and they catch it, we could just immediately just ruin their day.
Yeah, and we keep them from getting to Milo and Dixon. I mean, the way he pitched the other day was pretty good. I mean, he threw a strike on you, which is pretty good. So
Hurt my feelings, but I'm past it. I'm all about the team.
maybe we don't even have to field this ball, but then worst case scenario is Dixon can try to slow him up a little bit if they do get a hit, but then we're there to stop him. I think that's our plan.
Let's fuck them up.
I'm still flying, by the way.
We're just in a huddle, all with our neck cranked up, looking at the bottom of your feet.
It has not been 4 rounds yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been 4 rounds yet.
How is the pitch? The pitch is going to come from like
Yep.
10 feet in the air coming down at them.
It's still going to be horizontal, so it's just going to go right over them.
Although, I will say, if you wind up pitching 3 times, because that's the max number of times that you could score against them during a pitching round, and you get it past them each time, then you will no longer be flying. But also, the game would be over at that point.
We'll win the game.
Yeah. All right. So, Manny and Thad are going to brick wall it. Milo is going to be in the backfield. Milo, do you want to be 10, 20, or 30 feet from the scoring ring?
30.
30. All right. So you're going to be at the edge of the flat area, and you want to be kind of center field to start with?
Yeah.
And then we're going to have Hen come up and take a position right next to Thad at the 40-yard line, coming away from their scoring ring. And then Darna is going to go to the 20-yard line, and Rune is going to be at the 60. Darna and Rune are both going to be slightly left of center, and Hen, right next to Thad, is going to be right of center. Manny and Thad are center field, grouped together. And Dixon, you are tweeted at by the ref in order to begin your first pitch, but we're going to have to go and wait until next time to see how this Pyracross match ends.
All right. And wait, to clarify real quick, you said they had somebody like 60 yards downfield. I know that we said that we were going to, whoever their like furthest guy downfield is, we were going to kind of line up on either side of that guy, right?
Yeah, we want to be...
We want to make sure there's nobody going over top of us.
Then
so we'll
go ahead and fix that. So we'll go ahead and make sure that everybody is situated in the proper spot before we sign off for this episode. But to you, our listeners, we hope that you enjoyed this first rendition of Pyracross on recording. If you would like to hear more from us, we are available on Patreon at patreon.com/deathsavingbros, where you can listen to bloopers, pre-show recordings, and extra episodes. You can keep in touch with us on social media at Death Saving Bros. I am personally at HP Camper.
You could find me at Benfro15.
Find me at Ima_B_rad.
You can follow the Reddit.
Find me on the PlayStation Network as FATT-Smith.
And to those of you who are listening in your cars, in your homes, or wherever you may be, keep saving those death throws, and we'll see you on the next one. This episode was made possible by our patrons. The following individuals have pledged at the $5 tier. Tad Corsi. Thank you for your support. Some of the sounds and background music in this production are copyright material. The songs Ironwood, Lawless Worcester, On the Rail, and Coliseum are copyright Will Savino and the Music D20 Project. These tracks are used with permission, all rights reserved.